we are in U month. U is not an easy letter. U is not an easy letter. A and O are kind of, they have some complicated rules. So A and O have I shouldn't say kind of complicated actually. Yeah, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of reading patterns for A and O. U is kind of also a little confusing, not because it has a lot of complicated reading patterns that are attached to it, but because the sound is just so easily interchanged with other sounds. Some people wonder if it's an O or a U. Some people wonder if it's an A or a U. And it has two long sounds itself. So U is it's just a difficult little beast. And today we're going to dive right into one of the more difficult patterns, the reading patterns, but you can do this. We can do this together, and remember, perfection is not required. So what we're going to learn about today is the EW grapheme. The word grapheme, by the way, is a Greek word, and it means a letter or set of letters that represents a phoneme. A phoneme is a sound represented by a grapheme. So the grapheme, EW, spells the oo or u sound. It can be either one, either long sound. It can say its whole name of the U, as in few. You hear that whole mouth pronunciation of the long U sound, few. Or it can say just that last part, chew, or oo, as in chew. Now, EW is typically at the end of short words, with a few exceptions. UE is typically the spelling that you will see at the end of multi-syllable words. Having said that, all of our words today will have an EW because it does not have a U in it at all. So I want your brain to recognize EW as a unit that says the long U sound. So we're just going to be concentrating, even though all of our words are going to be longer today, none of them are going to end with a UE. They're all going to end with an EW, even though EW typically comes at the end of short words. Today it's going to come at the end of multi-syllable words so that we can have practice reading longer words and practice recognizing that new grapheme that doesn't even have a U in it, but still says that long U sound. All right, so let me share my screen. Okay. All right. So can I make this any bigger? Let's look. Yeah. And as far as, let me just stop sharing again so I can talk to you about which sound it's going to make. So EW can say U or oo. Right? We already talked about that. It can say U as in few or oo as in chew, but how are you supposed to know when you're reading, especially nonsense words, which one to say? You're not. You're not going to be able to know for sure which one it's going to say, but you can have a pretty good idea based on the shape of your mouth when it made the sound before it. So for instance, if the sound before, and here's what I want you to know, there's not a hard, fast rule to know if it's going to say U or oo. It's just going to come out naturally. So I want you to know that you don't have to worry too much about it. Either one is fine, basically. It's going to come out naturally based on the shape of your mouth when it made the sound before it. So if the sound before it was an M, my mouth is already in that long, wide grin. So it's probably going to come out as mew and make the whole name, mew. But if the sound before it was an R, my mouth is already making that puckered shape for so it's not going to back up. It's not going to go ryu. That's not natural. Your mouth just wants to say what's easiest. It's just going to say that last part, oo, ru. So when you're reading these, It doesn't matter. It's going to come out naturally, and sometimes it could be interchangeable. So sometimes we could say pew, or we could say poo. Sometimes we could say mew, or sometimes we could say moo. So don't put too much stress into figuring out which one it's going to say. It's going to come out naturally, and if it doesn't, it's okay. It doesn't matter. These are nonsense words. All right. So this first word, we know that this U is going to make it short sound and say because there are two P's after it. That's the tap 2 rule. Here's our new grapheme for the day that says ooh, the long U sound, or U, dependent upon the shape of your mouth when it made the sound before it. So our sounds are d, p, and let's do U. That sounds like it would come out naturally after a P sound. W, W. All right, so what do you think yours would be over here? Go for it. So we have a short U, because of the two F's. EW is our new grapheme that says oo or U. So we have t, th. I'm going to go U. Tough U. Tough U. Yeah? W and tough U. What would this word have said with only one F? Yes, now this U has to make its long sound, and now it would say too few. Too few. You'll notice that this U came out as oo naturally because of the shape of my mouth when it made the T. Too few. Too few. All right, number 2. This U says because there are two consonants after it. Here's our new grapheme. EW says oo or U. So we have t, n, d, oo. Trundu. 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 How about yours? So this U will say because there are two consonants after it. EW, we are learning, says oo or U. Our sounds are p, n, s, oo. Prunsu. Prunsu. That U said oo because that came out easy after the S. Prunsu. What would that word have said without the N? Now the U has to make its long sound because there's a vowel 1 or 2 doors down. So that would say prusu. Again, the U said oo. Prusu. These two graphemes say the exact same thing. This is a single U. This is a EW without a U even in it. But they both say the exact same thing. Prusu. What would that word have said without the N, but with 2 S's? Prusu. Prusu. Brilliant. Well done. All right, number 3. Actually, let's come over to this number 3 over here. Yeah, so this U will say because of the 2 M's. EW will say oo or U, coming out naturally. Our sounds are f, u. From you. From you. Or if you said fromu, that's okay too, perfectly fine. From you. How'd you do on from you? Give me a Y or a yes or an almost for from you. It's just so I can gauge how we're doing, how fast I should go here. From you. Thank you. All right. On from you, what would that word have said with only one M? Now we're at from you. From you. That's not easy to say with that R right there. From you. Let's come down to number 4. Try this one on your own. You might be wondering, what's going on with this word? Isn't that the word sew? Like you're going to sew a blanket? Yeah. And I have no idea why that EW gets to say O right there. And I have not a clue in the world. I wonder if it's a foreign word or if it's just somebody just decided someday that SEW spells so. I'd like to learn the history of that word, but that EW does not say oo or u. But it does in this word. So this U is going to say because of those 2 consonants after it. This EW will say oo. So we have sh, s, oo. Shamsu, shamsu, shamsu. How'd you do on shamsu? Y or A? Yes or almost? Great, okay. All right, let's hop on down here to the extra practice. Are there any down here that you would like for me to do with you? These are just a touch more difficult. Any requests? We have several requests for the number 8. Sorry, but the separated AR sound is blowing my mind, and I don't think I fully get it yet. That is okay. So I have somebody asking about this. You're going to learn all about this in R-controlled vowel month. This is called an R-controlled vowel. Every single vowel will change its sound if there's an R after it. So we have a whole month dedicated to this. I think it might be in, I don't know, late summer or early fall. And then we'll go into that in depth. So stay with me and you'll get a deep dive into that. All right, we have lots of requests for number 8. Is that the bossy R rule? Kind of. Some people call it that, but mine is a little bit more extensive. We do a pretty deep dive into what's happening that most people don't learn about. Okay, number 8. Try number 8, my friends. Make sure you grab this R. That's going to determine the sound of this EW. Okay, well, I'll give you a few more seconds. That's a long one. I kind of rushed you, I think. And make sure a P doesn't sneak in after that M too. That might be tempting. So this U is going to say because of those 2 S's. This U is going to say because there are also 2 consonants after it. Even though it's not doubled, there's still 2. EW at the, well, anywhere in the word will say U or oo, depending upon the sound of the shape of your mouth when it made the sound before it. So we have k, l, s, t, oo. One sound at a time. Cl, cla, clus, clussa, clussum, clussumt, clussumter, clussumtru, clussumtru. How did you do? Please let me know, Y or A. Yes or almost for clussumtru. Very good. Wow. Okay. Brilliant. So what would that word have said with only one S right here? Now it's clusumtru. Clusumtru. What would it have said with only one S and without the R? So now you have to force your mouth to not make that R shape right there. So now it's cluesome to. Cluesome to. Now, what would it have said without the T or the R? Now this U sound totally changes. Now it has to have its long sound there because there's a vowel in the next one or two spots. So that would say clusumu. Clusumu. How'd you do on those? Did you get them, or were you just lost after the first question? Howard, give me a one-word description on how you're feeling after number 8 on that one. Oh, wow, good. And we have half and half. We have a time for another one if you want to give me a request. Otherwise, I'll pick any other requests. Number 5. All right, we have a request for number 5, my friends. Several number 5s. Go for it. Make sure you control the R where it belongs in the word. Okay. You know what? I have no idea, just looking ahead of time, if that EW is going to say you or oo. I'm just going to see what comes out naturally as I read that. So this U is going to say because of the tap 2 rule. Same with this U. This EW will either say oo or u. Let's find out what comes out naturally. The sounds are f, d, n, oo or u. Fr, fra, from, fromd, fromda, fromdun, fromdanu, fromdanu. I didn't know if it was going to be new or new. I guess it's just new, huh? It does come out naturally. New, fromdanu. How'd you do? Y or A on fromdanu? That one was an almost. Fromdanu was for me too. I almost didn't get that one. Fromdanu. You guys did though. Let's do just a bonus one real fast. What would number 6 say? You're like, that's too easy, huh? Thadu. Thadu. Yeah, the point is that's not easy. You'd never seen that word before, but you knew how to read it. And not only that, but you knew how to read it easily. That's pretty remarkable, my friends. I am asking you to read incredibly hard words with the hardest letters that you can read. L's, R's, and N's, all stacked in there in the hardest spots that I can put them, in multi-syllable words that are designed to be kind of tongue twisters to force you to make sure that every single sound is where it belongs in the word, using new reading patterns that you just learned today. This one in particular makes the sound of a letter that's not even in that grapheme at all, and you're doing it. You're doing the hardest ones so that those that are hard for other people are easy for you now. That's remarkable. That's fun. That's fun stuff. All right, my friends, so I am going out of town, but Tanya will be subbing for me on Wednesday. So I will see you on Monday. Have fun with Tanya. She's amazing. And have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Bye, everybody.